Hello, this is a little bit of a before you buy for the LT-53 AK. So it's also known as the Lancer Tactical AK-74 full metal AEG airsoft rifle with 10.5-inch CNC M-Lok handguard and Delta stock. Woof, mouthful. But anyways, it's basically a long AK with that M-Lok handguard and CNC. I'm not sure I know the difference yet, but these are just a little bit of things that I've found with it on my first day of owning it. A little bit of a before you buy, just to give you a little bit of a warning. When you first open the box, you'll get all these kind of, you got your little manual, something to send back to them, some stickers, a patch, and I guess a faux target. You get your little BBs that they come with. No battery. I had my own though. And you get the mag. First thing I noticed when I picked it up, first thing I did was you pick it up and you want to put the mag in. When you do that, it's fine, but it didn't feel right. It has that kind of very quietness to it. Kind of stiff. Feels heavy, which is cool. Another thing, after you use it about, even once, it was once or twice, you already get these scratches here. All along. It just scratches that paint right off. Which, I mean, isn't that big of a deal. It's just looks. Doesn't affect it turning whatsoever. Still goes fine. Another issue. When you go to put the battery in, which I've heard is notorious for a lot of AKs, you don't have a lot of space in here. I tried to use just my normal 11.1 LiPo here. Okay. Kind of like the normal 11.1 LiPo, 1020C. I don't know batteries too well. But yeah, when you go to put it in, not much room. You'll go to put it in, there's just no room for that dust cover. And then, once you manage to finally get that battery in there with the dust cover on, the charging handle. It's already a little flimsy, not the best. The thing that holds it there, this rod and spring, is an issue on its own. The spring is too long for the rod, and eventually, with that thing that holds the thing there, just didn't. The spring and the rod itself flew right off. Which, I mean, when the dust cover is on it, it'll stay in there. But your charging handle then becomes useless. It'll stay locked forward or locked backward. If you have your battery in there anyway, you weren't going to be pulling it back anyway. Too much friction. And now, even on its own, without the dust cover there, without the battery there, this rod is almost too short for this, because whenever it goes in there and bounces off with the spring, it comes right off of this pin. There's a little pin on there that holds it there. Right here. So it holds the dust cover in place. Not my favorite. I went to shoot it with the battery. It was fine, had a lot of power. Whenever you do semi-auto it, it'll go boop, 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 boop. And if you try going too fast, it'll go boop, 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 boop. It doesn't have the best trigger response, which I've also heard in other videos. The automatic is great. It's very fast. Still maintains its power and accuracy. But it's just these minor issues that add up to be a large issue. Oh, This is an AK-74 mag I bought off of Airsoft GI as like a backup. This is a high cap. Different than the one it gives you. It's a mid cap, doesn't have the wind, doesn't have the storage space right here where you pop the lid and then you have to wind it. But with this one, has that click. It feels like it's more meant for it. Hear it? You go to load it. It's satisfying and you know it's in place. Versus this one, you can barely hear it, and it's just slightly too big for it. You can't really tell if you're in the heat of the moment, just going like, you got to check to make sure it's still in there. I'm still contemplating on whether I want to give this back, send it back, because I do like it. It's a really cool thing to hold and to have. It's just, performance-wise, I don't know yet. Haven't gone out to an arena with it. This is the first day opening it. Just all these issues. All right, just make sure you know what you're buying.